Johanne is probably one of the only ladies in this round that could probably take down Carissa. So that's going to make this heat even more exciting.
Johanne Defay, last year's breakthrough performer on tour, accomplished the Rookie of the Year honor against some crazy talent. Now paddling a little bit closer to the heart of the peak, Defay in black. That's Carissa Moore extra deep, and she will be able to just get a quick look, but not committing to the inside corner. That hands priority back to Defay.
So after all of that, Carissa takes off on a wave that she was out of position for and gives Johanne priority anyway. So we wasted 8 minutes of the heat by these two young ladies trying to get that inside position and dominate the start of the heat.
Very interesting start from Defay and the two-time world champ. Now Defay can have plenty of room to lock in this opening ride. Stomps the takeoff, and it's going soft. Priority right back to Carissa Moore.
Wow.
Carissa now looking to really get something on the board after the hassle for priority. Just checking out a wave. Now looks like she'll commit to her opening turn of the matchup. Beautiful forehand snap. It's going flat. Just going to be a small lead for the Hawaiian to kick things off in round 4, heat number 3.
Which makes her tough, you know, coming off a win at the US Open at Huntington Beach. She's carrying a lot of momentum,
So true. I think we kept highlighting Johanne Defay's big performances last season on waves of consequence, really, and shallow reef breaks, bigger conditions. But then when she won the US Open, it was basically flat. Well, it's been an interesting heat. We had a crazy paddle battle up the beach, and Carissa still just has a 2.37. We're watching Johanne Defay break to the inside to get a score. She only needs a 1.88 on this wave to take the lead. Little hack off the top for Defay. Blows the tail out, but she'll fall in the second maneuver. But didn't need much for a lead change. A very sleepy round 4, heat number 3. Now Carissa starting to look at this little peak, but she's just hoping a set comes through soon.
yeah, you see the thing with Carissa that she's got over a lot of opponents is that when you're in a heat with Carissa, you feel you've got to serve better than you actually can.
Trying to anticipate a big set to come through. As we take a look at the numbers, Carissa just with a 3.04 combined total, and Defay with a 2.27 combined total. It's a crucial matchup because the winner does move on to the quarterfinals, as we'll see. Last year's Rookie of the Year, Johanne Defay, a solid amount of open face. She projects down the line off the top, late hit on the closeout section, and she'll fall in the second move. Now we'll transition into Carissa Moore down the line. Snaps it off the lip a couple times, running to the inside, and just floating that inside section to make sure she has a completion. So Johanne bettering a 1.77. Carissa Moore getting rid of a 0.87 with that wave.
You know, there's heats where Carissa can literally surf at 75%, Joe. She doesn't really need to crank it up. She basically lets her opponents make the mistakes. As we saw Johanne on that last one, Carissa capitalizes right here. She draws off the bottom, nice snap right there. Surfing within her means at the moment, you can tell. She's just cruising, wanting to make sure she finishes off a wave there. You can see how she nursed that last turn just a little bit. Normally she blows that tail out the back once that confidence is up, and I think we're going to see that the next wave. I think she's going to crank it up. This is just a settler. There's been a lot of shenanigans at the beginning of this heat. Maybe there was some words said because of that hassle battle at the beginning, but we'll check this wave out, see what she does at the end there. You can see no fins really out the back there. Normally she blows that tail out the back and drops a big score. So Carissa just making sure she gets a score on the board. Time is ticking away, Joe. 6.0, so good little backup right there.
11:30 to go now. Things heating up as far as scores just a bit, a 6-0. Remember, we've seen big numbers the last couple of days, so it's still relatively wide open. Defay all alone will set up her first turn on this right. High line wrap. Coming around the corner. Nice clean cutty for Defay. Now she's finding her rhythm. Clean wrap once again. Into the shoulder. She'll style her way through that little cutback and look to finish on this inside corner. Draws it all the way back to the power source, and she gets out of there. Her best wave so far with 11 minutes to go.
All right, well, finally we've seen these two young ladies surf. And it's 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes remaining. Let's have a look, see if Johanne can keep up with Carissa here. She draws off the bottom. Beautiful snap right there. Almost lost it a little bit, but regathered nicely straight into the next turn. Beautiful transition here. She double pumps off the bottom and then just unloads that lovely turn. Dreamy conditions here with a little bit of variety there from Johanne Defay. She's got a really solid back foot as she just drives off those fins. So Johanne Defay answering back to Carissa's 6.0, Joe.
Love the form and the carves from Defay. She's riding a Rook 15. How's this board looking, Potts?
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think Johanne just trying to... I think there's a little bit of nerves involved right now. She's a super solid surfer, so when you see any kind of little glitches, that's not about the equipment, it's just about those nerves, you know, just sort of not really setting the rail properly.
Johanne Defay coming off that U.S. Open winner, first ever in her career. We do have former big wave champ Pete Mel in the lineup. Pete, we started off with a crazy paddle battle up the beach. Were you surprised by that? Well, seeing the scores, Pete, since then, do they appear like they're surfing at the top of their game? As we'll get back to Pete in a moment, looks like Defay is locking in a clean inside run. Big jam right off the lip. Clean off the top wrap for Defay. She'll throw an inside hook and now look to finish. Nice and easy on the closeout maneuver, and we'll catch up to Carissa Moore riding out of a closeout finishing move. We'll bring that whole ride from the Hawaiian to you in just a moment. Big thing Pete Mel saying, words were exchanged. This battle is definitely heated up. Let's check out the replay.
Yeah, beautiful opening turn there from Carissa. This wave closes out, but watch this. Oh, wow. Just a beautiful turn right there. Quality, not quantity. You know, it wasn't a long ride. Let's have a look at Johanne. I thought a smart move here, connecting with this one on the way back out. Just trying to back up that 7, which she's done so far. Johanne starting to find that confidence. You talk about that board under her feet. I think it looks great. You know, those first couple of waves, just a little bit of nerves. Obviously, there's been some heated words out there, trying to just dust that off and get back to surfing. And it doesn't look like it's really hurting her at all. I think it's given her that little bit of confidence. Talk about confidence. Have a look at what just dropped.
Scores coming through for the last of Johanne Defay. 7-1-0. More two-turn combo. 8-3-3. Here comes Carissa again. Big dagger right in the pocket, straight up off the lip, lay back carve. Carissa Moore making no mistakes to start. Fades a wrapping turn and now stalling for a little ramp on this inside track. Driving towards the end section. She has one more section to blast and closes it out. Showing that heat and fire from the paddle battle with Defay to start. Now she's all letting it go on every little section. Big scores to come for the two-time world champ.
Why would you fire Carissa up? I mean, that's like, oh, wow.
And there's the double up rolling. She's still waiting. She'll have the next set to choose from.
See, I probably would have gone that and lost the heat. Here we go.
As she now checks this one out. Coming around the corner, Defay. Tight top turn wrap. Full carve, now looking towards the inside. She's got to chase some clear water here. Peels it off the lip for the float. Looking for something big. Little carve off the top for Defay, and she'll step off. Couple of 7s before that for Defay. She needed a 7-2-4, but we're still waiting for the last of Carissa Moore, which could still be the best wave of the heat.
I like it when Johanne comes off the bottom and jams it. These more down the line maneuvers, a little bit more horizontal kind of turns. I don't think the judges are really going to like that. You see they're just waiting for it and then races around the section, kind of floats up over there and only connects right here on that last turn. Right there is probably where the best maneuver of the wave was, but I don't think that's going to go into a top 2, Joe. Carissa on fire again. This was her backup. I thought it was going to go a little higher than an 8.07, Joe. She literally demolished this wave. Some great surfing from her. Beautiful rail work. Snaps. Everything right here. Mixing it up. Look at that turn there. Just holding it all the way around. Not many girls can do that on tour, that's for sure. Carissa Moore showing some fire. There was a paddle battle at the beginning of this heat. There was words exchanged. The last thing you want to do is get her fired up. That's right. As we see the last turn on the recap, we're noticing as well Carissa Moore finishing up another beautiful lower Trestles wave, and now starting to style out of her kickouts in multiple majors all the way through the inside to continue to put up excellent range scores.
to try to guarantee her spot in the quarterfinals.
And that was before that last wave. Let's have a look at this one right here. Beautiful conditions. Carissa just starting to crank it up a little bit here. Oh my goodness, beautiful turn right there. And again, now she's starting to find her form. Up and over, Johanne out the back.
Needing a combination now with Johanne Defay, cracking one off the lip. Big blast right off the coping. Nice hook right in front of Carissa Moore on the inside, right into a floater. She's loving it, but she's about to get the message that Carissa dropped a 9 on the previous wave. That put her in the combination spot.
Well, it's you know, that 10 minutes at the very beginning kind of came into play, right? I mean, their best surfing happened right there in that last minute. I mean, Carissa Moore's wave, a lot of variety. She looked a lot more spicy, a lot more aggressive in those moves. You know, before you saw that she was trying to just get scores on the board and build, build, build. Same thing with Johanne. You know, that last wave was by far our best wave, at least from my angle. I don't know what the scores are going to come in, but you know, hey, the form that we've seen from Carissa Moore, not only in this heat, but as she's built through this event, I mean, you look at Courtney's form, we saw Lakey in that last heat, all of that stuff helps to fuel their performances going forward. I mean, they all want to be the girl to stop, but it looks like Carissa's going to move into the quarterfinals after her first time, or not her first time, but look at now that, listen, they're actually chatting to each other right now. So they're, you know what? It's all left in the water, and now they're all friends.
Epic. Thank you so much, Pete Mel. Carissa Moore survives a wild one in round 4, heat number 3, a 9 and 8.33.